Welcome to the Breaking News Show by eTurbo News. For more episodes, go to breakingnewsshow.com. Stay tuned for the latest. US, UK, Canada issue security warning to citizens in Nigeria. Nigeria has a documented history of violent responses to protests. Several Western counties' embassies in Abuja, Nigeria have posted security advisories to their nationals in the West African country in anticipation of demonstrations planned for this week in response to economic difficulties and unprecedented inflation in the nation. The embassies of the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada each released individual statements on their official websites, warning US, UK and Canadian citizens in the country about possible disturbances amidst the anticipated protests throughout Nigeria from Thursday until August 10. Nigerians are currently experiencing the most severe cost of living crisis in almost 3 decades, following President Bola Tinubu's decision to eliminate a controversial fuel subsidy and implement various reforms upon assuming office in May of the previous year. The National Bureau of Statistics reported that the inflation rate in the country reached 34.19% in June, with food inflation surpassing 40%. Recently, Tinubu cautioned the nation's youth against engaging in protests, labeling the organizers as individuals with sinister motives, capitalizing on the prevailing economic difficulties. Nonetheless, political activists in Africa's most populous country have initiated a call for a series of nationwide marches lasting 10 days to protest against poor governance, which they hold responsible for the economic crisis in the nation. They are believed to have drawn motivation from the recent occurrences in Kenya, where prolonged and violent protests led to the government retracting a proposed financial legislation aimed at raising taxes. While recognizing the citizens' right to engage in peaceful protests, Nigerian law enforcement authorities have cautioned that such demonstrations may lead to violent outbreaks. The spokesperson for Nigeria's defense also stated that the military is prepared to intervene to avert disorder. Nigeria has a documented history of violent responses to protests. In October 2020, security forces violently suppressed demonstrations against the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, a notorious police unit implicated in extrajudicial killings, which has since been disbanded. The United States Embassy has cautioned U.S. nationals to steer clear of protests and ensure they have valid identification, especially with the anticipated increase in security measures. The United Kingdom Foreign Office has advised British citizens to exercise caution when travelling, as previous protests have escalated into violence without much warning. The Canadian government also cautioned that the demonstrations might escalate into violence at any moment and urged its citizens to steer clear of large crowds while obeying the directives of local officials. Thank you for listening. Watch and listen to more episodes on breakingnewsshow.com.